Being in the tech industry is hard, but being a female in the tech industry is even harder. Now, I remember a job interview I had around maybe last year. You know my name is Unisex, right? So they were expecting a man to hop on the call, but when a female joined, they were confused but happy. It was kind of weird. I can't even explain it. If I tell you that I got my first software testing job without any prior knowledge of what the job description entails, will you believe me? I mean, to be fair, at the time, the field was not saturated and it still isn't. However, a lot of people have joined right now. I am making this video specifically for those of you who ask, Cheta, how can I join the software testing industry in 2025? If this is you, then keep watching. Hello my beautiful people and welcome to my channel. If this is your first time stopping by, you are welcome. My name is Cheta and I create content in Abuja, Nigeria. You are in the right place. Make sure you smash the subscribe button down below so that you become one of us, okay? To my returning guys, welcome back. Thank you guys so much for your love and your support. I really appreciate every single one of you, okay? Guys, please subscribe. We're trying to hit 100k and I know we can do it only with your support, okay? And yeah guys, without a lot of yapping, let's get straight into today's video. How did I get into the software testing industry? I know that's why a lot of you are here. But first, do you know what software testing is? I mean, I know a lot of you don't know what it is, and I'll explain it in a layman process. So now imagine someone is building a software product, or let's say building a mobile app now. And they have, of course, to build a mobile app, you have requirements. Oh, the system should do this, should do that, should do this, should do that. The job of a software tester or a quality assurance engineer is to make sure that those requirements are met while meeting the maximum standards. So there are quality standards already set by these software industries. So you're making sure that requirements are met and quality standards are met. That's basically what a software tester or a QA engineer does. Yes. Now, when I hopped into this field of software testing, it wasn't so much in demand. At the time, a lot of organizations were not even, they just had developers, they didn't have testers. But right now, QA software testing is now very prominent, okay? But let me give you guys a backstory of how I actually joined. So in my previous video where I talked about how I got to the level where I am, making 7 figures and all of that, you guys asked a lot of questions. Okay, how did you get into software testing? And that's why I'm shooting this video. Just for those who have not watched it, I'll link that video, okay? So I talked about how I worked for a print company as a salesperson, a marketer, customer service, community manager, managing their social media accounts and all of that, yeah? So now one of the tasks that I did when I worked as a print company was that I also ensured that, so because we call the virtual proof, that's the actual design of the printed item. So let's say you want to print out a flyer, you first of all design it now. That design, we call it the virtual proof. So one of my job delegations then was to make sure that the virtual proof matches the output of what was printed, right? So I would make sure that the color matches. I would make sure that everything, the design, everything shows up the way it is on the virtual proof. That is the design. That was part of my job. So at the time when I was doing this customer service and all of that, then dabbled into digital marketing. If you want to hear all my history with work related stuff, that video will give you all the background information. Go and watch that video so that you get a better insight of this one. So I had a friend at the time. He was working with this tech company. So he just reached out to me and said, hi, because I told him I was kind of job seeking, job hunting. That time I was working with a PR firm. So I told him I was job hunting. So he reached out to me and said, oh, hi, we're looking for a QA person, a software tester. Would you love to do it? And I'm like, what is QA? Like, I've never heard of it in my life. He was like, well, they test softwares and all that. The only thing I remember him telling me, his name is Chidebere, by the way, and his wife, we're still very close. His wife, I always put her in my vlogs, the Blissful Bunch. Yeah. He told me, the thing I remember he vividly told me was that if you don't like websites, this is not the job for you. But if you know that you can deal with websites, like you don't mind websites, then this is the job for you. So when he said that, I just went and Googled, of course. At the time, AI wasn't out now. This was around 2018, towards the end of 2018. So I went and Googled, I saw software testing and I was like, oh, okay, this looks like what I kind of did with this print company. So it means I'll be able to do it. And one thing about me is I'm a very detailed person. naturally. I'm a very detailed person. That's why I even took that role in this print company. So I researched, I saw that it was something that was still within my reach. And to be honest, one of the major reasons why I even took the job was then in the PR firm I was working, they were just owing salaries and it was frustrating and mentally exhausting. Then my boss will now split our salary. He was paying me, was it 70k? Then you split it like crayfish and pepper. 20k, 20k, 10k, 10k. It was crazy. So when he told me, I said, see, I'll just take this job. 70k, I'm leaving here. I don't want to do this again. Okay, so I left. I went for the interview process. I wasn't expecting to get the job because I had no idea. Like, I knew absolutely nothing. So during the job interview, I was like, well, let me just do this thing. It's not like I will do it. I remember vividly one of the assessments they gave me. I was doing the assessment and still doing my job, which was the content calendar, because I told you that time I was working with a PR firm and my boss told me to do. I was doing the content calendar and doing the assessment. So I just did it nonchalantly, haphazardly. If it works, it works. If it doesn't work, I beg, we keep moving, right? I did the interview, everything. I think it was even actually because of Chidi that I got the job, because at the time, there was a referral program in their office. Then if you get someone, you get, I don't know, but I think it's because of him and all of that the HR, he was kind of close to the HR at the time. And then I got the job. You guys, I wasn't expecting to get the job, but I got the job. I remember I got this job in December. Then I told them I'll resume in January 2019. I got it in December 2018. I told them I'll resume in January 2019. I even did my documentation in December 2018. So when I resumed in January, I was just like shadowing the QA person then, because there was just one person who was a QA person that I was shadowing after him. So I was just shadowing him. And one thing with me, I'm a fast learner. I've told you this thing, and God just gives me grace that anything I go to do, I'm able to do it to the best of my ability, impress people and just keep going. So, I started shadowing after this guy. Guys, I made mistakes. I remember then, I didn't really understand the in-depth of testing, how you need to do unit testing, like integration testing. I did not understand it. So if a team member would send me to test something, I'll just test that thing. I will not go and check the integration or just make sure every other thing is still stable. I did that. I was making mistakes here and there. But then thankfully, after some time, I started to pick up, started to learn a thing or two. Then my team lead at the time, he left. So I was not the only person in the department. I was not the only person for like 8 months. And this really stretched me. I learned a lot. I was able to learn, pick up this, pick up that and all of that. I did that alone for 8 months. It was really, really challenging. But that was the time in my life when I really, really picked the basics of software testing, right? So after that, my 8 months, I remember my company now decided to make me the team lead, because they were looking to expand to get more people to work under them. So that was still 2019. I became the team lead. I was excited. I mean, do you know what it means to go from being a novice to being a team lead? It was a lot. I was very excited. However, being a team lead came with a lot of other expectations. So I needed to get certified. I needed to like start picking up automation tools, start learning a few things and all of that. So it put me on my toes. I remember that then I started reading for my certification exam, ISTQB. I documented that also on this channel. So if you're looking to go into software testing, that is one of the exams that you should think about, certifications rather, because it makes you relevant. It's an international certification recognized everywhere in the world. You need it as a software tester. So I read my ISTQB exams. I passed it. I started to learn so much, pick up new tools. And yeah, the rest is history. Where am I at now, 6 years down the line? Well, I'll say I am at a point where I still have a lot to learn. With software testing, there's evolution right now. There are so many tools coming out for automation. You need to update yourself. It's a lot. So I would say I am still in the learning process, but I've gotten grounded in a way. I don't even know if I mentioned, but there was a time that I got nominated for something around the QA space by one of the, I think Tech Trend, one of the tech recognizing bodies then. I didn't win, but yeah, it was something, and it did give me visibility on LinkedIn. Then people reach out to me for job opportunities, and people still do reach out to me for job opportunities from time to time. In fact, today that I'm filming this video, I had an interview. Yes, I had an interview through someone who just sent me a DM on LinkedIn. So it created visibility for me online, and I'll just have gotten to a point where I'm comfortable. I have learned a lot. I am still looking to learn so much more, because there is so much that I do not know. And yeah, that's pretty much my journey so far. Now, there are certain things I want to mention in this video. If you're someone who is looking to join the software testing industry, I'd advise you to follow these things, or to just look up these things, or have this at the back of your mind. Basically, that's the long and short of it, okay? Now, the first thing I want you to do is that you should understand that the software testing is a very intricate part of the tech team, right? You need to fully understand what you're signing up for before you sign up for it. Don't just sign up for it because every other person is signing up for it. You need to fully understand what you are going to do as a software tester before you even delve into that job space. Software testing is kind of saturated right now. Like I said, when I started out, there were barely anybody out there. There was barely anybody out there. That's why they were able to pick me that had no experience, no anything. Then in 2018, right now, a lot more people are, and organizations are beginning to embrace it. People are growing, people are learning. However, it's not so saturated like how you turn to your left, everybody is a developer. There's still room for you to join, but fully understand what you are signing up for before you join the software testing team, okay? You need to love websites. Like I mentioned, you are testing software applications, mobile applications, desktop applications, web applications, all the applications you're testing them. So you need to be comfortable with running through websites. If you are someone who gets easily bored by websites, clicking through websites, software testing is definitely for you. Now you need to open up your mind that you will make mistakes, because it's like you're the gateway. You're the one that is saying, oh, this software is perfect, it's meeting this, is meeting that. You will make mistakes. Don't beat yourself up. When you make mistakes, learn from them and keep pushing. I made my fair share of mistakes. I still make mistakes right now, but not major mistakes like before that I'll make very visible mistakes. Thank God for growth, okay? You need to be very attentive. If you don't have attention to details, software testing is not a space for you. So if you're someone who does not like to pay attention to little things, this is definitely not the one for you, okay? If you hate repeated activities, then software testing is definitely not for you, because you'll be retesting applications, retesting mobile apps again and again and again and again until you meet its requirements. You understand what I mean? So you have to keep checking and checking and checking. So if you are someone who gets exhausted redoing the same thing again and again multiple times, this is not for you. I mean, I'm pointing all of this out, being practical with you, because this is what you will face if you delve into the software testing industry. You need to be ready to take courses and certification. So there's so many courses on Udemy, a lot of them, maybe courses on how to learn Cypress, how to learn Playwright, how to learn to use Postman for automation, how to learn all the tools. You need to be ready to pick up like so many courses, and then certification. Like I mentioned, you need the ISTQB certification. You can start with the foundational level. I wrote it, and like I said, I documented it. So go and check out everything I had to say in that video. It was very helpful, because I know a lot of people that wrote that exam watching that my video and came back to testify, okay? And finally, software testing is a low code tech field. However, it does not completely eradicate no code, because as you grow into software testing, you have to start learning how to automate. Manual testing is now beginning to, automation testing is now beginning to come in front of manual testing. So you need to start learning how to automate your tests, how to use different tools to automate. So if you using those tools will require you to write codes like JavaScript, Python, even Java, whatever you're comfortable with, whatever language you're comfortable with. So you should have it at the back of your mind. It's not a no code, but it's a low code. You're not fully writing codes like developers, basically. Yeah, that's pretty much the major key advice that I'll give you, okay? Like I said, software testing is worth it, but you need to make sure that you know what you're signing up for before you sign up for it, okay? Yeah, that's pretty much it. Was this video helpful? Let me know. Is there any other thing, any other conversation around the tech industry, or just generally you would like to hear what I have to say about it? Because you guys know one of the things I love to do on my channel is to teach and educate and enlighten as much as I can. If you want me to share my experience with customer service, sales, marketing, anything, or just anything random you want me to film about, any YouTube video or any YouTube content, social media content creation tips, tools, let me know in the comment section and I'll film another video, okay? Now, before I wrap up this video, there's something I usually do. I try to shout out small YouTubers to give them a push in the little way I can, because I know growing on this YouTube street is really hard, okay? So I try to shout out small YouTubers, okay? And now today's shout out goes to Jesus Baby _99. She says, wow, I am your big fan in all your social media handles. Please, can I get a shout out? I do lifestyle vlogs and kids hair tutorials. So guys, please go and check out Jesus Baby. I checked out her page. She's doing a great job. She's consistent. She's showing up. But YouTube is difficult to grow. So go and support her by subscribing, dropping her a comment, tell her you're from Cheta's World. Just give her small ginger, okay, on her page, okay? So that when it's your turn, people can come through for you. And if you want your own shout out, do let me know the name of your channel and what you do, and you just might get a shout out. Okay, you guys have stopped dropping your shout out. Please drop your shout out so I can give someone a shout out in the next video. It's my only way of supporting. Okay, again guys, was this helpful? Are there any other topics you want me to talk about? I'm here for you guys. Nothing where they do, nothing where they use my life do. Okay, just tell me and I'll shoot another video, film another video to educate you guys. Okay, all right guys, that's pretty much it for this video. If you have any more questions around the software testing industry, drop them in the comment section. Any other questions at all, drop them. I might film a Q&A. Drop all your questions, ask me every and anything. Okay, if you want to know where to start, I created a video on how to start. I'll link that video. Okay, go and watch it. And yeah, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you have not, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.